Hello everybody and good evening, and welcome to the first UK Wine List of the Year Awards from Star Wine List in association with the buyer. We really appreciate you joining us tonight to celebrate our country's best lists and, most importantly, the teams behind them, especially after such a stressful and difficult year. I hope you've all got something good to drink in hand, whether you're watching on Facebook or on our YouTube channel. Please let us know what you're drinking. Get in the comments. And on that note, I'd just like to say a special thank you to our press sponsor, Heppel Spirits, who have supplied Richard and me with some delicious Heppel gin to ease us through tonight with a martini. We probably should be drinking wine, but anyway, we're drinking Heppel gin. If you don't know Heppel, they are based in Northumberland, which is far in the northeast of England. They've got an incredible reserve of amazing native juniper, amazing team behind them, including Valentine Warner, the chef, and Nick Strangeway, who's a spirits and drinks boss, I suppose. So do check out Heppel. And also thank you to all our sponsors as well, and you'll be hearing more from them throughout the evening. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. Last but not least, I'd like to also welcome my co-host, Richard Sizzle, as well. Richard?
Thanks, Ruth. And yes, it's great to be able to play a small part, I suppose, in what we hope is going to be the great on-trade relaunch when we're finally able to reopen our doors. Or actually, more to the point, our terraces and our back gardens, actually, thinking about it, in a few weeks' time. Yes, just to say with Ruth, it's great to be able to host these from the buyer and obviously with Star Wine List. And yeah, all the finalists here tonight are real top of the class. They're all leading the way in what they do. So congratulations to all our finalists and obviously to the eventual winners. But yes, here's my aforementioned martini, full of olives in case I get hungry. So yes, hope you enjoy the next half an hour or so whilst we hand out the awards.
Thanks, Richard. For those of you who don't know Star Wine List is the guide to great wine bars and wine restaurants. It's both a website and an app. It's all selected by wine professionals from around the world. It started in Stockholm in 2017 and is now in more than 25 countries. And we just recently passed 1,000 venues in total. You can find wine lists of the recommended venues online, and as well, there's a powerful search engine. So if you've got a favorite wine and you want to find out where it is when you arrive in a city, you can go and search that and find out where you can drink it. For example, we've also got wine guides. Here we've got Arvid Rosengren's top 22 wine places in New York. There's information about the venues, and I say you can search to find out which wines are where and which of the best wines are closest to wherever you happen to be. Each city and country has a live interactive map as well, so you can make sure wherever you are in the world, you're never far away from good wine. And Richard, do you want to tell us a little bit about the buyer as well? You are our media partner for the London event or the UK event.
Of course, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, the buyer, so hopefully you all know the buyer, but if you don't do, we're a digital platform for the premium on-trade. And of course the drink supply chain that supports it. Launched it about 4 years ago with my business colleague Peter Dean, who hopefully is watching somewhere out there tonight. And we're all about really offering insights and analysis to help buyers, suppliers and producers sort of understand each other's needs, but also, you know, the kind of decisions that restaurants and sommeliers are taking when they're deciding which wines to put on their lists. So very relevant for tonight's awards. And any spelling mistakes are my fault and not Pete's. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the buyer, and you can find us at the-buyer.net.
Thank you, Richard. And as for tonight's event, which is Star Wine List of the Year Award, it's our way of celebrating the top wine lists and the teams behind them. Just like the website, app and guide, it started in Scandinavia. And we're now on a tour around the world to celebrate top wine lists in a whole host of different countries and cities. Tonight's event is the 7th on the global tour, and the winners in the global categories tonight will qualify to the grand final, which will be held online later this year in partnership with Austrian Wine. All venues that are listed on the Star Wine list are automatically entered, and all other venues as well are welcome to submit their entries and lists ahead of the deadline, which for the UK was back on January the 31st. Over to you, Richard.
Yeah, exactly. So before we start handing out the awards, can I welcome Chris York, who's the Managing Director of the Austrian Wine Marketing Board. Chris, so also the global partner for all those awards. So welcome, Chris. How are you?
Very good, thanks, Richard. Lovely to see you again.
And you'll be beaming in this evening from?
From my living room, that's right. No, it's actually from the Hofburg Imperial Palace, which is where we run our Vivino. And I think a number of you have already been there. We're looking forward to seeing you there again next year.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks for all your support with these awards. Do you want to just give us a quick line, really, on why the on-trade and gastronomy is so important for Austrian wine?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know that a great wine list it's an art as well as a science. And what we love is the fact that to celebrate that, and it's all diversity. But actually, also, to be honest, it's also just to our top restaurants are having a really tough time around the world, and we just wanted to show our support as well in the key cities. And obviously, selfishly, we believe we believe Austrian wines are great wines to drink, and actually a restaurant setting is normally quite a good place for a sommelier to maybe suggest the wine that they haven't tried. Like this gorgeous Cru de Veltliner. Cheers.
Very good, very good message. Well, thanks, Chris, I say, for all your support, and also for the work you're doing in the UK now as well. So that's great, and we'll welcome you back a bit later on in the show, as they say. So,
thank you.
Ruth.
And now I'd love to introduce you to our jury in the UK. So we have from left on the screen, hopefully it's your left as well, we've got Arvid Rosengren, who was Best Sommelier of the World 2016, Levinson, Best Sommelier of Argentina and the Americas, Pascaline Lepeltier, 2018 Best Sommelier of France, Marc Almert, 2019 Best Sommelier of the World, and me, Ruth Spivey, not a Best Sommelier at all, but I am the UK Ambassador of Star Wine List, and very thrilled to be on a panel with these wonderful people. The criteria for the jury when judging was to rate their favourite wine lists, taking into consideration width, depth, originality and value. And with us this evening, who are going to be jumping in and giving some comments and feedback, we have Pascaline Lepeltier and Marc Almert. So welcome to Pascaline and Marc. And I think Marc's going to come on. Marc is head sommelier at Bauer au Lac in Zurich. Hopefully you can hear me, Marc. What did you think of the starting field for the UK compared to the other countries? Because you're a judge all over the world.
Thank you very much for the question, but also thank you for everybody being here and watching us tonight in live. It was really something I really wanted to get my hands on, all the UK wine lists, because I have a lot of colleagues from mainland Europe, especially Germany and Switzerland, who work a couple of years in London and then come back, although some of them never make it back because it's such a great wine place, but not only London, also some other restaurants around. And it really showed when we got the wine lists, because they were so versatile, both in terms of style, in terms of presentation, but also in terms of country they focus on, because naturally many of the European countries are wine growing countries. So we focus on our own country and then add a little bit of the rest. But especially in the UK and also some of the Nordic countries, there's really a great mix of regions and grapes being shown. And that's really fun to look through. And I think we've never had that many in a starting field.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. We are certainly very lucky in the UK for the amount of, just the diversity we're able to list potentially here. It's a blessing, but maybe a curse as well, especially when judging. So thank you. I'm so very pleased you're here. And Pascaline is joining us tonight. And Pascaline, if you don't know Pascaline, she's managing partner and beverage director of the wonderful Racine in New York. Hopefully I can see Pascaline. Are you here, Pascaline?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here from a snowy, blizzardy New York. Sorry
Where
for
are you
being...
in New York? New York has suddenly got very green.
Yeah, that's a vineyard upstate in the Finger Lakes. Yeah, I know right now New York is under snow. So
I hear that you've just managed to open, I think, recently a little bit in New York, which must be, I'm incredibly jealous. I feel if I could get a flight to New York, I would. How's everything over there? It must be both exciting, but a little...
Yeah, we are very lucky in Manhattan. Yeah, you're right. New York State was open, but Manhattan, and so we're allowed to reopen at 25% last week, and it's going to be 35% as of Friday. Still with a curfew, but we are really feeling that between the way that the city has been handling the crisis, and vaccination, we are finally feeling that the end of the tunnel is not as far away as a couple of weeks ago. So we are thrilled to be able to be reopening, but we're also extremely careful, knowing it's very fragile still. So, but yeah, being on the floor is feeling great. So.
Yeah, no, I think hopefully there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I hope these awards as well will hopefully provide a bit of light to keep us through. And did you find any particular surprises in the UK, or what were your sort of general feelings? I'm sure you're aware of a lot of the UK restaurants and lists.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna follow what Marc said about the diversity and the point of view. And I have to say I was very impressed by the overall very high level of the list. I think it when my average score was the highest amongst all the country I've been able to judge, and it was really, really impressive to see at every level of restaurant, whatever, like fine dining to more casual to wine bar, that there was a real sense of dedication, and there is a sense of really putting out something with a strong point of view, with really some quality-driven ideas, and with a very strong pertinence to with the place where the wine was created by the sommelier. So overall, I have to say it's really hard not to drink well in the UK today. My only little thing, and I wish it's going to change next year, is that we had a lot of wineries from London, and we know that London is really one of the greatest cities in the world to drink wine with super talented, passionate professionals from all over the world. And I will be very excited to continue to see more wineries from outside of London, because the wineries that we had from outside of London were also very strong. And I want to say very congrats for that when you have such a strong center, to see places all around that center also being dynamic and offering some really, really great lists is a very big plus. So bravo for that.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's a very good point. And that's definitely, the lack of that is also, it's down to me, because largely as well, we started in London, but it's definitely a focus and something that we need to do, because like you say, it used to be very focused in the centre of London, but you can drink really well all over the country now, which wasn't the case not that long ago. So they definitely deserve a lot more, a lot of credit for that. So thank you. Pleased to have you here, and we'll go back to Richard, who's going to introduce the UK categories.
Yes, thanks, Ruth. Yeah, I think so. As well as the kind of the global awards, I think what the UK shown is that breadth of diversity there is here, and we've got a number of distinct categories just for the UK that are introduced. So in order, we have the German Wine List of the Year in association with Wines of Journey. We have the California Wine List in partnership with the California Wine Institute, California Wines. And we have and then New Zealand Wine List in association with the New Zealand Wine Growers. And then the Lockdown Wine List, very topical, with presented by Bibendum. And also a Rhone wine list in partnership with the Côte d'Or. So, as I say, these are the categories that were specifically introduced for the UK. And Ruth, I think you're going to take us through the categories that were in competition in the rest of the world.
Yes, thanks, Richard. So we have global categories, which are the sort of consistent categories that happen or are there for across every city and country. So the global categories, the winners of which qualify to the grand final in later this year. So we have Austrian Wine List presented by Austrian Wine, Short Wine List Award, we By the Glass List, award presented by Fine Wines Direct UK, special jury prize presented by Wine, and the Grand Prix presented again by Austrian Wine. In each category, the winner is awarded a gold star and the other finalists will receive a silver star, which will be marked on the app and website and maps when you're traveling around. So let's get started with the first categories that are special for the UK only. So the ones Richard just introduced. Over to you, Richard.
Yes, indeed. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of it all now. So we'll start off with the first category, which is the best German wine list. And to help me present these, can I introduce Nikki Forrest, who's the Managing Director of Wines of Germany in the UK.
Hello, hi Richard, hi everybody, nice to see you.
See you, yes, very long time no see.
I know.
So thanks for that. Can you just give us a quick line on the on-trade for Wines of Germany? Because I know you do lots of different things, don't you, to help sommeliers and restaurants here.
Yeah, we do. I mean, for us, the on-trade is such an important part of what we do. You know, sommeliers can deliver such a unique experience for consumers. And I think sometimes we underestimate that. It's a moment in time that you can't replicate anywhere else or ever again. I mean, think about the last time you ate out and drank a bottle of wine. I know it's a while ago, but just cast your mind back if you can. And that just becomes a really emotional part of the whole wine experience. So the on-trade for us is really, really important. And we do various initiatives to educate the on-trade and to help them understand German wine. And I think what's great about German wine is that we have Riesling. Of course, that's the wonderful thing for us. And it's such a diverse and versatile and food-friendly wine. And you know, we've seen entire menus successfully paired with different expressions of Riesling. But there's so much more to discover, from really fantastic world-class Pinot Noirs to brilliant barrel-aged Pinot Blancs. So many more than just Riesling. And for our winner tonight, we've put aside from our cellar a wonderful selection of German wines for the winner tonight as well.
Brilliant. Okay, well, before we announce the winner, obviously we need to go through the finalists, and I know we can read them there, but would you mind just reading us through the finalists for the category?
Yep, so the finalists are Davies and Brook, Hyde, Moore Hall, Noble Rot, Trivet, and the Vineyard at Stockcross.
Brilliant. Okay, and I can announce that the winner from this category is the Vineyard at Stockcross. So congratulations to all the team there for all your work there, putting that list together. And can I ask Marc Almert to come on? And Marc, could you just give us some feedback from the judges on why, from that esteemed panel of Shortlist, did you pick out the Vineyard for your winner?
Well, I have to preface, many might think I might be biased in this category for some reason or other, but this was a joint decision of the entire jury panel. And I'll carry on where Nikki left off. We see very many great Riesling wine lists, but this truly was a German wine list. What do I mean by that? Yes, Riesling is a great wine, but Germany does produce more too. And what really intrigued me in the Vineyard at Stockcross wine list was that they had a great also back vintage selection of other grapes, especially Savannah, something which I see very rarely outside of Germany, but I think is a great food wine, especially for vegetable-based dishes. Many of the white Pinot grapes like Weißburgunder, Grauburgunder, but also a very deep collection of German red wine, mainly Pinot Noir, which is something even within Germany is still quite rare, people focusing on Pinot. So it was great, and kudos to the entire team at Vineyard at Stockcross.
Great. I think we're going to California now. So over to you, Ruth.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. So yeah, we are on the next award is the Californian Wine List, and it's presented by the Californian Wine Institute. I'd like to just quickly introduce our partner here, Justine McGovern, who is from the Californian Wine Institute. She is the Trade Director for UK, Europe and UAE. Justine, are you there, hopefully?
Yes, hi, can you see me?
Hi, Justine.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sponsoring the award. And I mean, we're seeing California wine seems to be has gathered pace continuously over the last few years. So it must be it's an exciting award, definitely, for the UK.
Yeah, well, thanks for saying that, Ruth. I hope we have gathered some pace. That's the plan. But really, most of, I think I would just want to say that we're just delighted to be involved in the awards. And thank you to the buyer and also for Star Wine Awards for putting them on the list. Thank you to the jury as well, because you've done such an excellent job in deciding the finalists. And you're really highlighting what an important role California wine plays in the UK's fine dining scene. So we do have a prize, and we noticed that Napa Valley wines feature heavily on all the wine lists of the finalists. So we have a case of Napa Valley wine for the winner, donated by our friends at Napa Valley Vintners. And in addition, we'd also like to offer all of the finalists free places on our new California wine education program called Capstone, and that's launching at the beginning of April.
Oh, fantastic. That's very exciting and very generous. Thank you. And I'm sure that's exciting to hear about the new education program. I'm sure something that all the, the winners will share with their teams as well. So yes. Thank you so much. If you just want to quickly run through the finalists.
Okay, I've always wanted to say this, Ruth. And the nominees are Core by Claire Smith, Davies and Brooke, Dinner by Heston, Hyde, Pollen Street Social, and Vineyard at Stockcross.
Thank you, Justine. And the winner of the Californian Wine List 2021 is Vineyard at Stockcross. So congratulations to the whole team at Vineyard at Stockcross. I very much look forward to visiting. I mean, your Californian reserves are pretty much nothing short of spectacular. We've just uploaded them onto the website, so do go and have a look. You just want to go there as soon as possible and drink everything. There's a ridiculous amount of Californian wine there. So congratulations to Roman and the whole team there. And Pascaline, how did you find judging this award?
I'm always extremely happy to see how California wine and American wine are represented outside of the US, especially now that I feel myself being almost a US citizen, been 13 years here in New York. And I have to say the quality of selection of California wine all across the UK was very, very high. But what makes Vineyard at Stockcross very unique is, as you mentioned, it's one of the wine lists you can't even probably see a lot of wine lists of that quality, depth, and breadth in the US itself, except in various spots in California that we know. And of course, I have a special relationship with California, but still putting that list, highlighting all the sub-AVAs that you don't receive very often, offering the vertical with really benchmark producer at a very fair price, but also keeping on really looking for new up-and-coming names that are really making new changes and perspective to California wine was very stimulating. I think this one is fantastic. It's giving you a real ability as a wine lover to go there and to enjoy with a lot of ability, mature wine that are in their prime to drink right now. And once again, at a very fair price, which one of the problem here that we are seeing some of the prices skyrocketing, and here is still very, very, very accessible. So no, it's a superb job, and was very, very happy to see such a quality list. I didn't know it was existed really outside of the US.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. No, and I say I can only reflect and ditto everything Pascaline just said. It's, the passion is clearly there, the commitment is there. And I say both the UK isn't a cheap country and California wines aren't cheap. So, a double whammy there, but they managed to do an incredible service. So congratulations, Vineyard. Back to Richard for the next award.
Thanks, Ruth. Yes, we're now heading all the way down to New Zealand, the New Zealand wine list category, and presented by New Zealand wine growers. And introduce Chris Stroud, who's the marketing manager from Europe for New Zealand. Hi, Chris. How are you doing?
Good, thanks, Richard. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Hi.
Yeah, nice to see you again, sir. How is life with you? And perhaps if you just give us a little thought on how important the on-trade is for New Zealand.
Well, life's good because homeschool finishes in 9 days when the schools go back. But with regard to New Zealand wines, we've had a very good year in the off-trade, obviously. But obviously the on-trade, having been shut, has been difficult. And we really value the support that the on-trade have given us traditionally. They've been very supportive. The on-trade, we offer us an opportunity to show our diverse wines. And as has been said earlier, you know, obviously New Zealand is well known for Sauvignon Blanc, but the on-trade, with the hand selling they can do, basically offers the opportunity to showcase much more of New Zealand, other varieties like, you know, Gruner Veltliner from our friends in Austria, or Albino, or the wonderful Pinot Noirs and Chardonnays we have. So the on-trade is fantastic, really, to showcase for the window of New Zealand. Yeah,
it's often a lot of the wines that we get to see at the trade tastings, you know, it's the on-trade where those wines can really come through, isn't it? So that's, do you want to just take us through the categories for this award?
Yeah, sure. The 5 nominees are Chez Bruce in London, City Social in London, Hyde, also in London, Pollen Street Social in London, and finally the Vineyard at Stockcross in Newbury.
Great stuff. And the winner in our category, this New Zealand category, it's Hyde. So,
fantastic! Congratulations
to everybody at Hyde for winning the New Zealand wine list. And Marc, can I invite you back again to you've shared your thoughts on German wines, and obviously Hyde has an incredible wine list from so many different countries. So can you perhaps give us a clue on what it was about their New Zealand range that really caught the sommelier's eye?
Yes, with pleasure, Richard, and congrats to the entire Sommelier team and Hyde. At this point, I would like to say thank you also to New Zealand wine growers that do a great job of linking to the sommeliers. And in fact, it was the longest and furthest wine trip I ever had, something they do called Summit, Sommelier Summit. And that was really great. And it put me into perspective that this prejudice that New Zealand only makes Sauvignon Blanc is pretty much that, a prejudice. And especially the Hyde wines showed that very well, that they had some great Sauvignon Blancs, but had so much other stuff too, both from the history of New Zealand wine growing, like Bordeaux blends, which played a huge role and now are coming back a little bit, but also to some newer grapes like the Alvarinho Chris mentioned just before, and many other styles and regions really spread across the 2 islands. So congrats to showing such a diversity within, I think it was roughly 60, 70 wines. That's really a good accomplishment. Well done.
Thanks, Marc. And we're now going to look at the lockdown lists. So back over to you, Ruth.
Thanks, Richard. So yeah, we are now on the lockdown wine list, which is brought to you and presented by Bibendum. The lockdown list is hopefully an award we're only going to have to present once, because if we're presenting another lockdown list next year, I don't think any of us are going to be too happy. So hopefully this is a one-off, making it all the more special. It's an award that recognises venues that have taken creative and industrious steps to adapt and overcome the pandemic effects. And obviously, we felt we wanted to acknowledge this, given the absolutely catastrophic year that everybody's had as well. So I'd like to welcome our partner from Bibendum, who've always had a huge influence and interest in the on-trade, John Graves, who is Bibendum's on-trade channel director. Thank you very much for being here, John, and thank you so much for supporting this award. It's a really exciting, really worthwhile category to sponsor.
Thank you, Ruth. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can't speak, but I can hear you, so that's good.
Oh, well, that's probably an advantage.
Thank you for being here. So yeah, and we're thrilled that we're honoured that Bibendum have got behind this. And I say Bibendum have always been a long-term. You do a huge amount with the on-trade. It's probably the largest part of your business as well. So we're thrilled to have you sponsoring this.
Thank you. We're absolutely delighted to be doing this, and thank you to Star Wine List and to Richard at the Buyer for letting us do it.
No,
it's go on. Sorry.
No, I was just no. No, I was going to say it's been it has been a tough year, so it's good to be able to just give a nod and cap tip to everybody. But
yeah, I mean, I just would like to say it has been a ridiculously difficult year, and I think there's some great people on this shortlist, but I really would like to shout out to all the people in the on-trade who've really struggled so hard to keep their businesses going, to keep paying their suppliers, to keep their staff employed. And I think we're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. And funnily enough, just as I was about to come on, one of my customers texted me and said, let's start getting the wine list ready for the outdoors in April. And I was just like, I couldn't have had a better text. So fantastic. So yeah, I mean, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. I'd like to think that these candidates do reflect the whole of the on-trade.
Mm-hmm.
No, do I need to read them out? Shall I read them out?
Yeah, if you just quickly whiz through them, and then we can put everyone in lockdown misery temporarily.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. So we've got Bubble Dug's Bubble Shop in London. We've got Gusto Pronto for Vino Gusto in London. We've got the Red Lion and Sun from London, Sacred Wild from London, Top Cuvée from London, and Vinoteca City from London.
Thank you for that. And the winner of the lockdown wine list this year, and hopefully the only year, is Sacred Wild. So congratulations to Sacred Wild and the whole team there. Well done to Michael and all of your team. It was by no means, as I say this as one of the jury members, it was by no means an easy category to judge. It's obviously a sensitive category, and each of the finalists have been industrious and shown all sorts of different amazing and imaginative ways to deal with their situations, and coming up with lots of creative initiatives. It's I say we hope it's a one-off award, so it's perhaps the true unicorn award of the night. But as I say, Sacred Wild just pipped everyone to the post. So congratulations to Michael and his team, and long may the cellar raid lists continue. Well done all round though, and as I say, hopefully the finalists really do show across the breadth and of different types of venues as well. So back to you, Richard. We've got the Rhone wine list coming up next.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ruth. I did actually manage to sneak out sometime during last year and actually managed to enjoy some of those lockdown wine lists myself. And so I can definitely pick out some of the finalists there. So well done to all them and to Bibendum. Actually, just before I jump into the Rhone category, just going back to New Zealand, and Chris would just like to mention also that the winner there also receives a selection of New Zealand wines that he's pulling together. So when he's allowed back into New Zealand House, he'll do that and send the wines on to the winner. So now we're going to turning to the Rhone wine list. These are presented or in partnership with Côte de Rhone. So I think, Ruth, you're going to step in for our partner this evening. Thanks.
Sadly, we couldn't be joined by anyone from Côte de Rhone, but Caroline and her team are very much here in spirit. And as well as the award and gold star, Côte de Rhone very kindly offered a trip to the region for the winning venue. And obviously we and they will be in touch about that as and when travel is allowed. But thank you very much for your support and the trip. I'm sure whoever wins will be thrilled to get the hell out of the UK. The finalists are Authentique, London, Compagnie des Vins Surnaturels, Seven Dials, Davis and Brook, Hyde, Les Sondis de Taillevent, and Vineyard at Stockcross.
Brilliant. And the winner in this category is Davis and Brook. So congratulations to them and all the team there. I think Pascaline, you're going to talk us through why Davis and Brook, their own list stands out so much for you and the rest of the panel.
Yes, absolutely. When we chatted a bit with the other member of the jury, we're also like very impressed by the overall quality of the Rhone selection in the UK, especially for both iconic producer where you can still find some great verticals, and that's something that is getting rarer and rarer. But as well, we also find some more quirky lists where the Côte du Rhône in general are offering so much great values today that they are always kind of a favorite of sommelier, and we find some people still continuing to explore it. But I think what we like at Davis & Brooke was the balance between the two. The fact that you have this iconic producer and also more off the beaten path, up-and-coming producers that were to be found. Again, something I think we're all very sensitive about right now, which was pricing, which was also very well managed. And it's also the way that they were showcasing the Rhone wine on their By the Glass program, on the carafe, on the rosé selection, a lot of very, very good also white wine selection. So it was not maybe the biggest one, but it was making sense at every level. So every wine lover could discover something from the area and be happy with the right price point. So you can see behind it a lot of thought process to put that one together, and especially to really showcase the beauty of Northern and Southern Rhone in all its diversity.
That's Pascaline. Thanks for a great description as well. I think it really does help actually with these awards to have yourself and Marc here this evening to be able to like give such great insight into how these lists are chosen. We're now going to go to the global categories. So these are the categories, as we explained earlier, that were in all the Star Wine Awards during the year. So Ruth, you're going to kick off with these.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. So the first one up is the Austrian Wine list presented by Austrian Wine. I'm going to welcome Chris back from Austrian Wine to announce the finalists there. Hi, Chris.
Hi again, Ruth. Yes, we're really pleased to actually make a special prize as well. So we are global sponsors, and in each of the cities, we're going to be inviting the winner of the Austrian Wine list to Vienna, to place behind me, the Hofburg Imperial Palace, the next Pavilion, which will be next year in June. And so we'll definitely be looking for one of the following 5: Davis & Brooke, Dinner by Heston, Newcomer Wines, Trivet, and Vineyard at Stockcross.
Thank you, Chris. And the winner of UK Austrian Wine List 2021 is Newcomer Wines.
Congratulations.
So, congratulations to Peter and Daniela and all of your team at Newcomer. You have obviously a great selection, but you've made also just such a huge impact as well in London since I think 2013. Really put New Wave Austrian wine on the map and really brought it to London. So congratulations. And Marc, would you like to say a few words about the Austrian list?
Sure. First of all, congratulations to the team at Newcomer Wines. Thank you very much for that great wine list, which stuck out to me for 2 key reasons. One was the selection and the other was the presentation. Selection, because we see many wine lists that have a great collection of white wines from the Danube, but really lack a little bit of the rest of Austria. But at Newcomer Wines, there's a great selection also of Styria, which is another great white wine region often overlooked, and really, really deep passion for the red wines of Austria, especially Blaufränkisch, which is something I think has a huge potential for the future. And the second was, it wasn't only a wine or price list, it really was part of an education too, because they have small chapters introducing a certain grape variety or a certain producer, always with a deep vertical and a small explanation. And I think it's great if you get a wine list and even after you ordered your wine, you still feel like flicking through it and learning something. So I hope we see more wine lists like the one at Newcomer Wines. Congrats.
Thank you, Marc. No, I say that's, you couldn't have said it any better. So thank you. Congratulations, everyone. Back to you, Richard, for the next award.
Yep. We're now on to the short wine list. And the short wine list is categorized by less than 250 listings on the list, or wines on the list even. And our finalists are 2850, Marylebone and London, obviously, Bratt, Hill and Schrock, Leroy, Portland, and Sager and Wild. And the winner in the short wine list it's Hill and Schrock. So well done to the team there. Congratulations indeed. Do you want to, if I can perhaps come back again to you, Pascaline, for you to give another one of your great précis?
Yeah, so congratulations to the team of Hill and Schrock, because this is my favorite category to judge, the short wine list, because I think this is the hardest thing to build, and we kind of all agree, like in the jury, like building a 1,000+ reference wine list is easy. Build a very smart 150 reference wine list that makes sense for everybody, where any wine lover can find something that they're going to like to drink, where you are covering a wide array of style and region and grapes at a good price. And usually you're also dealing with short stock or inventory to keep it dynamic and alive. It's a real challenge. And doing so without losing a personality or a point of view is also a challenge. So I have to say the category here, the short wine list, the level was very, very high amongst all the finalists. What made Hill and Schrock a little bit apart was really the fact that they are definitely taking a more natural path on their selection, but it's a very, very precise and mature natural wine kind of vision of the category. And they don't forget about more classic and also more I would say, traditional producer and or region. And so there is really that really, really good balance. Things also is, once again, price are incredible. They are very, very, like, finding this kind of wine at that price point really means that they want you to drink wine and they don't want to hold on certain bottles that are becoming just like speculative bottle. I'm thinking about certain Burgundies they are listing or certain Loire they are listing. And you find also some very rare treats that I was not even aware you can still find on wine list. So that's why they took the price. Strong point of view, maturity in the selection, a wine for everybody, and great price. But once again, all the candidates were at a very high level. So.
Thank you, Pascaline. And now we're going over to Ruth for By the Glass.
Yes, so By the Glass list is presented by Fine Wines Direct UK. So welcome to Greg Williams, who's Managing Director there. Greg, are you here? Hopefully. Is Greg here?
I'm here.
Oh, you're there. Good, you're there.
No, happened there. Good glitch. Good evening, Ruth. Good evening, Richard. How are we doing?
Yeah, nice to see you, sir.
Are you keeping well?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Good stuff. Yeah, thanks for having us on this evening. It's just a great pleasure to sponsor the Star List by the Glass category. Fine Wines Direct UK, the on-trade has always been the backbone of our business, and we know the hard work that the restaurateurs and sommeliers put into those lists. So we're really pleased to be able to support them, particularly during these extremely challenging times, and all the support we're able to offer, we're pleased to do.
Fantastic, thank you. And so do you want to quickly run through the final?
We did have a bonus as well. We've got a magnum of Pescara there for the winners as well. Sorry.
Excellent. No, that's always good. Keep the prizes coming. They're always welcome.
Okay, so the nominees are Belmont Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons, Black Book Soho, Cabot London, Davis and Brooke London, Les Sondis de Terrebonne London, Noble Rock London, and Noble Rock Soho London. Best of luck.
Thank you, Greg. And the winner of By the Glass List UK 2021 is Les Sondis de Terrebonne. So congratulations again to Les Sondis de Terrebonne. And I'm going to go over to Marc to talk about our decision here.
Yes, so félicitations à toute l'équipe de Sondis de Terrebonne. Congratulations to everybody at the 110 of Terrebonne, the 110 namesake, huge selection of wines by the glass. I hope I found the most expensive. To me, the range looked like it was from £7 to £111 a glass, which is a huge range. For wines by the glass, so something very impressive that really shows you that you can find a wine for anybody there, because they have a deep selection of classics, also mature wines by the glass. They have some for many new wines coming along, like, for example, English sparkling, which we don't get to taste much in mainland Europe, so we're happy to taste it when we can travel to London again. And many things that are really surprising. For example, I'll hand out the question to the audience: how many of you have drunk a Muscat Cap de Corse by the glass before? And even that's pouring by the glass there. So I think that's a huge collection and really fun to discover some new styles beyond treasured classics, which we all know already. So congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It really is. It's a fantastic place, and it's a smart place in central London. But again, the prices are very reasonable, so you can really go whatever your budget. So congratulations. Next prize up is the special jury prize. So over to you, Richard.
Special jury prize indeed. Yes, this is in partnership with the French marketing agency SoWine, and it's actually this is to recognise a venue that has done something extra special with its list, be it in terms of how it's put together, there's direction, there's style, or the value. So can I welcome from SoWine, Arnaud Daffy and Candice Ledoux. You're coming in?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi Arnaud, how are you? Nice to see you.
Hi Richard, nice to see you.
Yeah. And so
hello everyone.
Oh, hi Candice. For those who don't know SoWine, could you just give us a quick?
Yes, just a few words about SoWine. We are a marketing and communication agency, 100% dedicated to the wine industry, and we're basically based in France, but we just opened a new office in London, so it's our first step on the UK market, and we've been always thrilled and excited by the UK market because it's I think maybe the most exciting in the world. So we are very happy to be there now, and Candice is representing us in UK.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks a lot for having us tonight. It means a lot for SoWine to be featured in this special jury prize tonight. As newcomers to London, it was really a way to show our support to the on-trade sector in London here.
Great. Well, you've got a great starting point. You have all these finalists and winners you can go and check out when you're allowed to explore.
Yeah.
UK and London.
Can't wait to go.
Welcome. Okay, great. Well, if you want to take us through the shortlist for your prize.
Yeah, sure. So the nominees for the special jury prize are Andrew Edmonds in London, Hill and Schrock in London, Hunan in London, Leven London, Newcomer Wines London, and Trivet London.
Brilliant, thanks a lot. And the winner of the special jury prize is Trivet. So congratulations again, all to the Trivet team, and thanks a lot for your support, SoWine. And Pascaline, can I ask you again? You know, this award is all about what makes someone stand out, and that's actually quite an esteemed shortlist there. So what was it about Trivet that stood out to the panel?
Yeah, so congrats to Trivet and the whole team. What makes it stand out is I think all of us never saw wine list put together this way, which is a very unusual but also very smart way using history as a structure of the wine list, and using history not only about a gimmick just to give you information or data like you are going to school, but rebuilding the list, allowing the whole team to showcase wine regions that we don't usually see showcased in such a way, especially all the origin of the winemaking world that we know around Georgia, Armenia, and Turkey that, you know, we start to rediscover, and the way it's been put together allow us to really understand where the root of the wine world is coming from. The list is beautiful. The texts are very, very smart and clever. The list, I couldn't see the one list online and digital, but we talk about it, and we know that the real version is also extraordinarily enjoyable to look and to read and to use. So it's not only gimmicky, it's very, very exciting, as Marc was saying, for newcomers in a different way, that you pick up a wine, but you want to continue to look at it and to learn something and to discover something in a very humble way. So congrats because of that. Congrats because of the selection of the wine. Special congrats also because they use the work of Patrick McGovern, which is an extraordinary expert on wine history, and they use these talents to also put the list. So we were very, very, very impressed, and we also thought that this way of thinking about wine is not only something that Trivet can use just for itself, but it's a way of thinking that can be explored by other wine restaurants. So it can be duplicated, rethink, so there is a lot of new perspective about how to organize your wine list. So.
Well, that really is high praise. Thank you. That's great analysis again. I think we're now coming to our final award of the evening. So Ruth, over to you.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, we are. We're now at the Grand Prix prize, which is presented by Austrian Wine. And there we go, the finalists have popped up, and I'm going to welcome Chris back, Chris York from Austrian Wine, just to say a few words about this, which is it's the big one, I guess.
Thanks a lot, Ruth. I'm not sure about anybody else, but I'm really desperate to jump on a plane and come to the UK and come to some of these restaurants when they're open again, because I love Vienna, but I'm really looking forward to seeing some other cities again. I just wanted to say thanks to, I guess, to the other sponsors as well. It's really important that we support the on-trade, as we've said. Great to see Chris, my old friend from New Zealand Wine there. Also, again, thanks to the team at Star Wine List. Marc and Pascaline, awesome comments, great enthusiasm, really clear analysis. Thank you very much, as always, and also Richard, obviously, at the bar, letting us know how it's all happening. So to jump to the list, there's the finalists for the Grand Prix. Belmont Le Manoir aux 4 saisons, Cabot, Compagnie des Vins Surnaturels, Seven Dials, Davis and Brooke, Les 110 de Telvon, Noble Rot Soho, and Vineyard at Stockcross. Can't wait to hear the winner.
Thank you, Chris. And so the winner of the UK Wine List of the Year Grand Prix 2021 is... It's a double winner. So we have Les 110 de Taillevent and Noble Rot as well. So
congratulations.
Congratulations to both of those. I'm not sure this, I think it might be the first joint winner, which just goes to show the ridiculous amount of wine lists that are very difficult to choose between in London and the UK as well. So I'm just going to go over to Marc and Pascaline to talk about this. It's obviously a hotly contested and very difficult category. So, Marc.
Yes, congratulations to both winners, but congratulations to everybody who participated, because like Ruth mentioned, it really was such a tight playing ground and it was very difficult to find the top lists. What did make these two stand out? Les 110 de Taillevent, not only great by the glass program, which we highlighted already, but they have a great, really classic French wine list. But adding to that, the selections from outside of France are not the largest selection, but really pinpointed. And both in overseas, but also in Europe, and even some unusual choices like many Swiss red wine, which I don't see a lot, and I'm always happy to see living in Zurich. Noble Rot, a great list with also a clear education mission. There were many really interesting explanations and very personal touches on, for example, I think there was a comparison of saying I don't like Chardonnay is saying like I don't like chicken because of KFC, which made me smile. Mm-hmm. And I think it's great that they really put some personality into it and have again, not the largest selection in all the contestants, but very pinpointed and especially focusing on very mature wines, even from classic regions at a fairly fair price point. So congratulations to both teams at 110 and at Noble Rot. Really great job.
Thank you, Marc. No, and absolutely couldn't agree more. And Pascaline?
Yeah, congratulations to both. It was a very disputed category. We really went through. We spent a lot of time talking about it, and I think both lists are kind of top of the game in their own category. Like what we really like, as I think whatever Marc says is absolutely accurate, and we really like the idea of 110 being a little bit more of classic list, but taking a slightly quirky, more off the beaten path, which is like what you expect from a very classic restaurant. And Noble Rot was kind of the opposite. You go for Noble Rot because you know you are going to have this quirky, a little like fun, a little ironic kind of take on wine. And then you realize that you also get the classic touch at the same time. And it's fantastic to be able to have this both feeling in both venue in their own different perspective, ways, and identities. So also, once again, for us, pricing were quite a key, and the ability to be exposed as drinker to mature wine kept well, selected well, is getting a rarer and rarer treat for a lot of us, and to be able to have this access is fantastic. So bravo for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you. It's sort of all the elements put together. It's very hard to pinpoint, but yeah, huge congratulations. And we have got both of the winners here, hopefully this evening. We've got at least one person from 110 and from Noble Rot. Hopefully we've got Paul Robineau, who is the head sommelier at Les Sondiers de Taillevent. Hopefully Paul can come in to accept his award and bask in the glory.
Hi everyone.
Oh, there you are. Hello, Paul.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. We, of course, we are surprised. You know, we didn't expect. I mean, as everyone, I guess, to get it. But yeah, we have been working hard the past months on the wine list to try to, as Pascaline said and Marc, you know, I mean, the core of the wine list is French. We are Taillevent, so it's, I would say, 70%, 80% French. But we start since a few months now, I would say, trying to be of getting out of the classic road, and you know, we try to have wine from Switzerland a bit more, from Eastern Europe as well. I start to buy a bit more, and from obscure, I would say, region. We are in Mayfair, so our guests are drinking classics, but we try as well, and we play by the glass with that, with our selection of wine by the glass, to showcase other wine, of course, in terms of price and in terms of region. We can have a glass of, as Marc said, of classic Chateau du Pape from Bono, and have a glass of Cotard, Refosco from Slovenia. So I think this is the future of wine, especially in London, because of the diversity of wine we can get. So we have been working on that, and we will keep working on that for the next years, definitely.
Oh, well, you're doing a great job, and I'm sure, I've no doubt that you'll continue. So congratulations, and I hope you've got something nice and delicious on ice to celebrate with. And hopefully we also have Marc from Marc Andrew, who is the co-founder and co-owner of Noble Rot. Hopefully Marc's here as well.
Hello guys, how are you?
There you are, Marc.
Lovely to see you, Ruth, and all the rest of the guys there. Thank you so much to Star Wine List and the buyer, and obviously the panel of judges in particular for choosing us as co-winners. We're delighted. Thank you very much.
No, well, it's well deserved, and you've sort of you made a splash not that many years ago. I still think, like, where did we go before Noble Rot opened? Luckily you've opened a second place, which I know you opened at a difficult time as well, but I say a worthy winner and a worthy co-winner, and it's lovely to have a co-winner because I think there's one thing we can say about wine in London and the UK is that it is so hugely diverse. It's very difficult to judge what's a better list. So I think actually sometimes sort of saying, which is what Star Wine List is all about, of course, as well. It's, everybody who's listed on Star Wine List that's a credit to the list, So, but huge congratulations. And I say, I'm sure you're drinking something very nice. And
yeah, I'm sure we won't do too badly on that front.
No.
But yeah, thank you very much. And I think the word diversity is key because, that is reflected not just in the wine list, but also the type of people who come to Noble Rot. I really like the way Pascaline described it before. And I think, what we try and communicate through the wine list, but also through the experience that people have when they come to the restaurants, is that fine wine is great fun to drink, and at least it should be anyway. And so we try and keep the focus on having fun with it. Obviously, eating lovely food and having great company and great service while you do it is something that helps with that, with the fun side of things. We always try and make sure that those things happen too. But ultimately, having a great experience with wine is what Noble Rot is always trying to put across. And we're putting a wine program together in both sites that we love, wines that we want to drink and wines that we want to share with the people who come to the restaurants. So it's very nice for that to be recognised.
Yeah, that's the essence of hospitality. And I say, and just again to sort of reiterate what Pascaline said, it shows the real sort of like, you know, sort of meeting in the middle of, you know, we can all start somewhere, but it's the good wine that brings everyone together. So I wasn't expecting to say something so cheesy tonight. I went really off script with that. Unfortunately, it's live, so they can't cut it out. But congratulations to both of you. You know, super well deserved, and hope you celebrate tonight. And I certainly can't wait to come back and get stuck into both those lists.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Very much.
Great
So,
stuff.
Richard, over to you.
Yeah, well done, Paul. Well done, Mark, and obviously all the teams there. So congratulations. It's a shame it's a Monday night, really, but I'm sure as we're all in lockdown, I mean, every night can be a Friday night, can't it? Right? Why not? So yeah, obviously, congratulations again to all our winners, and also I think also to the finalists. It's important, I think, to point out, you know, as our sommelier friends have been explaining, how hard it was to even get onto the shortlist in the first place. So all the finalists, hopefully you're not too disappointed, and you know, this will give you a bit of a fillip to get back on open again. We certainly again thank our panel of sommeliers who've joined us from all over the world and have taken part and given up their time to go through all the lists. So thank you very much indeed. Particularly big thanks to all our partners and our sponsors, particularly in our first year, because you generally have made it happen, and many of these categories would not have existed without your support. So you've made a lot of finalists and winners very happy this evening. And just a quick reminder, if you actually want to go and check out some of those lists, obviously you can do on the starwinelist.com website. And finally, you know, big thanks to myself, really. Just a great opportunity. You know, obviously every day on the bio, we try and keep the premium entree educated, not the last thing we're trying to do, we're trying to keep them informed at least, and entertained, and this has been a great way to hopefully support you as well. So on behalf of myself, this may look like a full glass. I'm not promising this hasn't been emptied during the course of proceedings, but congratulations to you all, and yeah, have a really, really great night, and back to you, Ruth, to finish off.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, and I'm going to keep it really short but sweet, because I know I want you all to be able to get on with your evening. We've kept it to hopefully about an hour as promised, but thank you all for watching. Thank you for giving up an hour of your time. I know online events are probably getting very tiresome now, but thank you for that. Thank you for supporting you know, the hospitality industry, and hopefully we can all get back there soon. Certainly judging these lists and even just talking tonight has made me so thirsty. So I'm really hoping, there was another announcement tonight apparently about when things might loosen up. So I'm hoping that when I come off here, there's going to be some good news, because I definitely want to go back and get stuck in. So thank you, Richard, at the buyer, and congratulations once again, both to all the finalists and the winners from both me and the team at Star Wine List. And thank you to Krista and Camilla and Ida, who are all in Stockholm, keeping the tech going. I'm amazed we haven't had a tech disaster. I'm relieved. And yeah, download the app, plan your next drink back, and hopefully we'll all see you soon in one of the UK's best wine bars. Thank you for watching.
Cheers. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.